The Wiz here wants to make sure that you truly have all the technical elements down. We have a wide range of technical aptitude within the sections that I teach. Some of you live and breathe technology and computers, and some of you, perhaps one of the elements that you're hoping to really improve on this semester is your comfort levels in technology. Well, that's what the Wiz is here for. And in this quest chain, we're going to be focusing on the Mac operating system, or Mac OS. A few simple things. Number one, you'll see that I do most all of my work in Chrome. That does not mean you have to use Chrome. It suits me because I'm able to store all of my bookmarks, all of my logins and passwords using my Google account. So when I'm going from computer to computer, it's ideal. But that also means I'm logged into my school account, and sometimes that's not as ideal. So Safari can work as well. Firefox, I've just never really gone that route, so I'm not as comfortable or familiar with it. Don't like the way it looks as much. So feel free to use it, but know that I build and practice on Chrome. If you're looking for applications that you can't find down here, realize that that does not mean they're not on the computer. You have Spotlight up here to where you can search for anything. So if I wanted to look for Chrome, notice if I just type the first few letters, it's going to pop up right away. So that can be a helpful way to search for things on your computer. One of the biggest things that's helpful that I've found that a lot of students aren't familiar with is when I give directions for how to locate something, you have to know what it is that I'm referring to. For example, if I were to say, go to File, New Document, or File, New Window, well, I'm referring to the menu. The menu is up here. I don't care if you use Windows, PC, Mac, Linux, any kind of operating system, you've got your menu bar in the user interface at the top. And when I say File, New Window, well, look at that, File, New Window. So understand that that kind of terminology is almost always referring to the menu first. There's going to be thousands of buttons and tools we'll learn about, so kind of be comfortable with that. Now, you may have also noticed that along with so many of the menu items up here, such as File, New Window, you have this little doohickey. In fact, we have a lot of them. These are your shortcuts. You're going to hear me talk a lot about shortcuts throughout the semester. You want a new window? Command-N. You want a new tab? Command-T. I don't go up there and hit those things all the time because I learned shortcuts, and that is the efficient way to work. We are going to learn hundreds of shortcuts. We're going to learn so much. Well, sticking to that topic, realize that as I teach you shortcuts, I talk about Spotlight, I talk about browsers, I'm going to talk about so much stuff. Realize I don't expect you to memorize it. Some students choose to take notes when I go through this stuff. Fantastic. That is a great idea. But at the same time, it's not like when this quest is over, I'm going to quiz you on all of those shortcuts or those elements. Now realize that some of the things that we reuse, for example, Command-T, Tab, we reuse that a lot. Or, let's see, Command-Tab. That's how you can scroll through applications. Well, that doesn't mean that now I expect you to remember it permanently, but because we're going to use that quite often, and because I'm going to mention it quite often, in a couple weeks, I do expect you to understand some of those tools. They're going to eventually come natural knowledge that hopefully something you're using, not something you're trying to memorize. If you try and memorize shortcuts, it's difficult. If you learn them by using them, muscle memory from your fingers as well as your brain, you're going to remember them on your own. That's just kind of how our world works. I'm going to try and teach you as much as I can, make you comfortable with the Mac operating system. Some of you are PC people. Great, that's fine. And all of this that we do can be done on PCs as well. But because we're working on Macs, I love Macs. I do live with them, breathe them. That's where I've done all my work, and so much of the design industry is built around. So we're going to learn about the operating system. Now, on my laptop right now, this is one confusing piece. I am currently running OS X El Cap, which is version 10.11. You guys, right now, I believe, are all running OS X High Sierra, the brand new one that came out. And there was actually another version between these two. There's going to be a few things that are different between mine and yours. Hopefully, I'll get mine updated sooner than later. And heck, when you're watching this video, you may be on an even newer operating system because I may have recorded this last semester or something. That's fine, but realize that's all stuff that we can kind of work with. You're going to encounter minor differences from videos that were older or newer because I don't have enough hours in the day to record every video of my 300 to 500 videos per semester. So bear with me on some of that, and hopefully we'll gain an even higher level of comfort over the next couple weeks.